Developing tonight, federal prosecutors say a Border Patrol agent sent racist text messages before using his patrol car to hit a Guatemalan man.
According to court documents, Agent Matthew Bowen sent text to a fellow agent reportedly describing migrants as, quote, mindless, murdering savages who are, quote, unworthy of being kindling for a fire. All of this happened back in November of 2017. 2 weeks later, after that text, prosecutors say Bowen intentionally hit the Guatemalan man with a truck in Nogales. The man was hospitalized with abrasions on his right hand and knees.
And then a few days after the incident, court records show Bowen sent another racist text message about Guatemalans, a text that's so offensive that we're not going to air it. Lawyers for Bowen are trying to keep the messages away from a jury, arguing those phrases are common among Border Patrol agents.
Prosecutors, though, maintain the text clearly show Bowen's state of mind at the time of the incident. He's set to go to trial in August. He is pleading not guilty to one count of deprivation of rights and also falsifying records in a federal investigation.